EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And we are underway here on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Gurley, of course, was right in the mix for a rushing title, but missed the final couple weeks of the year and ended up finishing 3rd with 1,251 yards, but did have a league-high 17 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, the first in Sean Alexander in 2003 and 2004 to lead the NFL in total touchdowns 2 years running. How about 2 years in a row he doesn't get a chance to win a rushing title? This year because of injury, the year before because they rested him in the last game. And the first year he said, it doesn't matter much. This year he admitted he really wants to win one of those rushing titles.
And you know what's surprising nugget is that he's the only guy to rush for 1,000 yards in each of the last 2 seasons. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Goff. Rolling to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on,
and he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. This is fielded inside the 5. Give him 11 yards. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll toss it to Miller, and he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Check 26, check 26.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Watson just beating the play clock. And that is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Green the line! Green the line! Two jet! Hey, 4-1 Mike. Tiger!
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
Richmond! Four down. Mike 41. Got a west down.
Out of the gun, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The football going back over to the Rams here, and you think back to that Super Bowl. So they average almost 33 points a game during the regular season. Then they get into the Super Bowl in the first half, 6 drives, 6 punts, and, of course, they only muster 3 points all game long.
The punter, Johnny Hecker, got quite the workout, didn't he? He ended up going 8 straight drives where he ran on the field and punted the football before a third-quarter field goal on drive number 9. There were times during the season he didn't punt it 8 times in a 3-game span. So that was very unusual, but let's look at the positives for them. They were 4-12 in 2016 were the Rams. They were in the Super Bowl after the 2018 season. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, and they'll get Cooper Kupp back next year as well and have a lot of the pieces back to make another run. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, it's gone. Steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took the possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. For Gurley, the end to his season, Charles, was interesting. The late season injury, everybody said, look, we swear he's 100%, but he didn't get the carries or production that he normally got.
I thought what was very strange about it was that it happened in the last 2 games. 5 touches in the NFC Championship game at New Orleans, then only 10 carries in the Super Bowl for 35 yards. But against Dallas in the divisional playoffs, he ran for 116 yards and looked like his old self. So unless there's an injury, they've got some explaining to do in Los Angeles about why Todd Gurley's usage went way down in the 2 most critical games of the year.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The interesting note on Cooks, by the way, Charles, obviously, that he was on the losing end of the last 2 Super Bowls. He lost to the Patriots, and he went to the Rams, and he got beat by the Patriots.
Hard to believe, but he put out a nice performance in Super Bowl 53. 8 catches, 120 yards, but there were 2 critical plays that he would love to have back. Wide open in the end zone, Jared Goff missed him. And then another one, he had the ball in his hands, and a big hit by Duron Harmon knocked it free. He might very well have been the hero of the Super Bowl if those went his way.
Great season, though. 80 catches, career high, 1,204 yards. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, and they've got it here with a 1st down. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman, and very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Black 22! Black 22! Tiger, Tiger, Tiger!
And with the play clock running low, Bill O'Brien's going to signal for a timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
Tiger, Tiger, Tiger! Mike 41, Mike 41!
Now Watson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Check 4, check 4! Red! Green, the line! Green, the line!
From the gun, here's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Hopkins this year, over 1,000 yards again. 4th time that he's done that in 6 NFL seasons. He had 1,572 to be exact.
And that was second only to Atlanta's Julio Jones. And you have to think the return of Deshaun Watson at the quarterback position, taking all the starts this year, that had to help, because we've seen DeAndre Hopkins have big seasons with multiple quarterbacks, but have that one consistent guy only elevates his play.
Taken in at the 11th. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half, 3-0 New England, Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, a 3rd team to win the year after losing the Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they
the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw on 2nd down is gone. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. First down, L.A. Goff finding Higbee. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. We're good. We're good. Tonight, like 20. Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Hey, 76. 76.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Again, Goff. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, and he told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Tiger, tiger, tiger. Down. Green the line. Green the line.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check, check, check 41.
After the interception, here's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on and it's second down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Back 22.
Throwing again is Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play.
Richmond.
On first down, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Come back, come back. Two jet.
Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there. Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now on second down, this is Gurley. Good move by Gurley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice This return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Hey, flag 22! Flag 22!
Second half begins with a run from Miller. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Flag 22! Flag 22!
They'll run it again with Miller. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. First down carry now for Miller. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now a handoff to Miller. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Green the line! Green the line! Two-jet! Two-jet!
Here's a give to Miller. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And with the play clock running low, Bill O'Brien's going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll try the air now with Watson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
reception. Here's Goff. And, oh, it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem. Whoosh.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
They begin with a run by Miller. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Baby, get him, boys. Get him, boys. Four down, check.
Check. Black 22. Black 22.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Four down.
Red. Blue 80. Blue 80.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Fowler in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Check. Green 39. Green 39. Come back. Come back.
You can't block me. You can't.
Watson now to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Aaron Donald in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Watson. Setting up the screen for Miller. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is brought in at the 21. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now Goff on 1st down. Flush to his right. He's letting it fly for Cooks. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 58 yards. Back to throw. Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Tyler Higbee, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
Just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2.
Starting left here.
Goff now to throw. And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the 4th. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Come back.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get Houston 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, 280.
They'll try and run some clock here with Miller. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Again, it's Miller. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Here's Watson. And that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Goff on 1st down. Out to his left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one. On 2nd and 10, Goff. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Goff. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Whitney merciless in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. They'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They're up by 1. They have the football. The key here, just don't do anything silly, right, Charles?
That's exactly right. You know, all the admonitions as they ran out there. Take care of the ball. Secure everything. Be tight in everything that you do. No let up, no crazy plays, and they can go home with a victory.
Let's see here if they can do all those things and hang on to this victory. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Down. Green the line. Green the line. Two jet.
He's going to get it running right. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Richmond. Down. Green the line. Green the line. Black 99 Philly. Richmond.
Watson. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Once you cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they will take a somewhat rare 12-8 lead. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Whitney Merciless in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Back to throw. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Now it's gone. Got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Here's Goff. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.